I came to the realization very quickly that this wasn't like any group home that I had been at before.
Kelly McShan was just 14 when he was sent to live at J. Bardee Ranch in 1983. His mother could no longer care for him, and he became one of the dozens of boys ages 10 to 15 that lived there when they became custody of the state. Less than an hour of being dropped off there, McShan says he suffered physical violence from the assistant director.
Within the first 15 minutes, after what he perceived as a slight or a disrespect towards his speaking to me, he threw me through a window.
Then soon, he said he would suffer horrific physical and sexual abuse from older residents called junior staff and known as the enforcers.
These were boys that were 17 to 18 that were privileged, that had privileges within the J. Bardee ranking system. They used rape and sexual assault and torture as forms to get obedience. That's what it was used for. And they didn't seem to have a problem with it.
Did the people who ran the ranch, did they know what they were doing?
Yes, they did. They ignored it. They did nothing.
McShan is one of 12 boys from the ranch that brought suit against the state, DSHS, and the state's Child Protective Services. The suit says boys were also sexually abused by staff members.
Violence ruled the day at J. Bardee and Reynolds Creek.
Ian Bauer, one of the attorneys on the case, uncovered documents that as early as 1979, DSHS was warned children were being physically and sexually abused, but did nothing, and say legally the state was responsible for their care.
And time after time, month after month, year after year, the state never stepped up to protect the children at J. Bardee. Instead, they just kept putting more and more vulnerable children into the viper's nest.
The first step to closing the ranch happened in 1984, when DSHS appointed a new investigator to look into the claim. Once he arrived at the facility, testimony shows he said it needed to be shut down. Following that investigation, the ranch was shut down the next year.
The story had to be told because a lot of these boys aren't with us anymore.
For McShan, sharing his story has helped him heal, and after nearly 40 years, is starting to feel heard.
And finally, there's some sort of accountability. There's at least some sort of acknowledgement. And that means a lot to me.
No one has ever faced any criminal penalties for what happened at the ranch, including the owner, Dave Goodwin, who attorneys say embezzled $100,000. In a deposition testimony, Goodwin denies all allegations. We reached out to the Department of Children, Youth and Families, which was named in the suit and has oversight of child welfare in the state. The agency said it does not have a comment on this litigation outcome. Attorneys also tell us more lawsuits could be coming.